Hey there guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another best class setup in Warzone video. Today we are taking a look at the recently changed and buffed XM4, which is one of the Cold War assault rifles which was practically useless before these most recent balance changes. They've made some adjustments of course to the actual barrel attachments, and then they reverted the change to the Agency Suppressor, making this one of the better weapons in the game. It's got sort of middling time to kill statistics and can be really used in either a sniper support or a longer range class setup. We are using this as a longer range style of class setup, but if you are looking for something like a sniper support class setup, you're probably looking for something like an FFAR or an SMG. Just before we do get into this best XM4 class setup here, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. I do massively appreciate it, and it really does help me out here. We are, of course, looking for 5,000 subscribers very soon and 10,000 by the end of the year, so if we could hit those targets, that would be absolutely massive. So let's just jump straight into our best XM4 class setup here, because this thing is a very, very interesting weapon in this game. So as usually, timestamps for this particular video will be on the video's loading bar and, of course, in the description, so if you are looking for something specific, make sure you do go skip to that section. But we are going to start off with our secondary here, and we are using this as our sniper support weapon, so this is something a little bit more close range oriented, so the FFAR one with these particular attachments. We've got the Agency Suppressor here for that sound suppression, recoil control, bullet velocity, and of course effective damage range. One of the best attachments that you can go with this thing. Then we want that takedown barrel for the bullet velocity and stray speed. This is a nice attachment here. Then you want that Raider stock as well for that ADS moving speed, aim walking movement speed, and sprint to fire speed, a great attachment again. Then the field agent grip for that recoil control, horizontal and vertical, very nice options here. Then including that, we want the Salvo 50 round fast mag for the most amount of bullets to fire and a slightly increased reload speed. Again, this is your sniper support weapon, so this is the weapon that you do want to use at close quarters engagements because it does have a very fast time to kill up close. In terms of our perks here, we are looking at double time for increasing the duration of that tactical sprint. You can of course use EOD or cold-blooded depending on how you do want to play. In the perk 2 slot, we're of course going with Overkill, but you can take Ghost and use a different class setup, but mostly we're running Overkill and trying to get another loadout drop so we can have Ghost as well. And in the perk 3 slot, we're of course going with Ant, mostly because we want to be able to switch between our weapons very quickly, so this does give us a nice little boost here. So in the lethal slot, we are going with that Semtex here because this is a very, very aggressive option in this game. You can pretty much choose whatever you do like here. All of these options are pretty good at what they do. And then lastly, in the tactical slot, you've really got 3 main options. We can run the heartbeat sensor, which is very, very useful for people who aren't running Ghost, essentially little wall hacks. Or you can run the stun grenade or the flash grenade if you are being aggressive here. So as for the XM4 attachments, as I said, we are using this in a bit of a longer style variety. So we want long range attachments for this thing, most bullet velocity, max damage range as well. Again, starting off with that Agency Suppressor, this does give us sound suppression, vertical recoil control, bullet velocity, and of course extending out our damage range. Again, one of the best attachments that you can go with. The underbarrel slot, we are rocking that field agent grip as always. That horizontal and vertical recoil control increases are super nice here to keep us on target. In the ammunition slot, we are going for the 60 round mags because we want more bullets to fire with this thing, and the reload speed increase is sort of negligible between this and the last magazine. And then lastly, optics slot, we are going for the axial arms 3 times so we get that longer distance sight. You can also take it 4 times, but I do prefer the axial arms 3 times here. You can also take something like a nice fancy reticle here. Usually you would go with something like the kill shot or like the spectral, something just with knife flat lines. Clean living also good, but the default is still pretty good as well. And then lastly, the barrel attachment is probably the most interesting option here. Basically what we get here is we want bullet velocity and damage range, or just bullet velocity really, so this is of course up to you. We like the bullet velocity from the extended barrel or the reinforced heavy barrel, which does give us damage range and bullet velocity. This choice is up to you here. So as usual with these class setups, we are just going to jump into some gameplay here, whether that be plunder or some regular gameplay. I haven't decided yet. We will see in just a second here. There he is there. Nice. Alrighty. Actually, is more boys coming this way, so I might grab that cash and head back towards the buy station. Just keep buying UAVs because we've got a lot of cash here actually. There's another guy over there. He'll be tricky to push because he is stuck in that building. He's over there. Yeah, he'll be pretty tough to push, but I think we might be able to do it. Keep an eye out. Maybe there's a better angle up here somewhere. Doesn't really seem to be. I think he's on the ground now. Yep, there he is there. Alright, we'll push up on him. He is just booking. I think he's going towards that buy station actually. Yeah, he is. Just caught in a loadout drop, which is going to be there. Push him with the FFAR. Nice. Not bad timing, not bad timing. Always good to have a long and close range weapon in situations like this, but we do, again, want more cash to get more UAVs. So of course, as I have mentioned previously, if you do want to grab a second loadout drop, something with Ghost on it, that is definitely acceptable. And then you can just pick up your other weapons. So we have Glacial Mass, we've got the FFAR1, and of course we have Ghost as well. So this is the sort of the situation you want to find yourself in most games. You want to be able to get those acceptable loadout drops, whatever you do prefer, whether that be your XM4, whatever. And then you want to find another loadout drop with Ghost on it. Nice. Silly boy. Might actually just go grab a UAV if I can. Alright. Interesting combat situation here. And I got pushed from the side. That is a little unfortunate timing. Did he get all the way around there? He did. A little unfortunate. Alrighty, so we just jump into Plunder after we sort of messed around in that little bit of a game there. Plunder is a pretty good option for these. Like, essentially you just get to, like, run in, sprint everywhere, have a good time. He's just down the corridor here. Push him. Ooh. It's a good thing we had the extended magazine there, otherwise we would have not made it out of that fight. But it's okay. We did, so that's all good. Just gotta be on the lookout for boys. We gotta be on the lookout for armor, all these good things. For the most part, what you're gonna be looking for with stuff like this is just running around having a good time, getting as many kills as possible, getting a good feel of the weapons. Yeah, essentially all we jump into Plunder for is to get a good feel of the weapons, whether to know whether they're good or not, sort of what they are strong at, what they're weak at, and so on. That guy is definitely coming over here. Look at a little bit of his armor, but we want to try and push up here. Come on. That is very low. Little unfortunate, but it is what it is. Usually would be. Like, there's a lot less action going on here, but... Oh, he's 1 HP, man. It's a little overkill, but... Oh, he managed to get inside the shed, so... This is where we use our FFAR. Get up close and personal. That's what this class is designed for. You do a good chunk of damage with the longer range option, then you push and get aggressive with the FFAR. It's just a perfect combo, really. Alright, let's be aggressive. I think there is... Yep, nice. There would still be the guy upstairs, so... If we want to boogie, we got to go upstairs right now. While we still have dead silence. Come on. Come on. How many stairs is there? There's so many stairs, and there's only a couple more. Yeah, this should be it. Ow. Naturally. Yep, good. Good. Let me turn around. Man. Stun grenades, man. Stun grenades. Oh, cracked that guy's armor. Is he gonna pick up over the top? I wouldn't. So again, just plunder. Just more plunder. Essentially just trying to get a good feel of these weapons, man. Because I feel like these particular weapons are really, really good. I don't think the XM4 is going to be like 100% part of the meta, like one of the best weapons in the game, but it's definitely more usable now than it was previously. Also, this is going to get me killed. This, I guarantee I'm going to die here. There is no way we get out of this alive. Afternoon. And really, that seemed unlikely, but we managed to pull it off there, apparently. Okay, whatever. But for the most part, with the addition of the correction of the barrels as well as adding the Agency Suppressor back in and making it actually a good attachment, it's been good for the game. Like, actually having Cold War assault rifles be usable. Oh, we're getting that weird scope glitch again. That's annoying. That wasn't happening previously. But yeah, having the Cold War weapons or assault rifles specifically actually be usable is good for the game. Yeah, I don't like that scope glitch. I hate that. I think it might actually have something to do with the reticle that we've chosen, but sometimes it just happens randomly for no reason, which is not ideal. Okay, good. That's always good to find somebody who you are trying to track. Oh. Nice. Oh, that's bad. No. Alrighty guys, I think we have shown off enough of what these particular weapon sets can do. The XM4 is actually really cool, as well as the FFAR being one of the best close range weapons in the game. We'll have our final thoughts on this in just a second here. So I feel like we did a pretty decent job with this particular class setup as we demonstrated. You get decent long range statistics here from, of course, the XM4, and it is backed up really nicely by the FFAR1 at those close distances with the class setup that we've chosen here. You can, of course, mix and match some of these attachments if you were looking to play with this at a little bit closer distance, which I don't really recommend. You'd probably drop off something like the barrel and the axial arms 3 times, and then switch around some of these other attachments. But for the most part, the XM4 is a pretty good weapon in this game. It's definitely not the top tier meta, but it is actually viable now as they have changed the barrels and, of course, given it the Agency Suppressor back, which is fantastic for new weapons in this game. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching this one. I do massively appreciate it, of course. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. I massively appreciate it, and it really does help me out. Remember, we're looking for 10k by the end of the year, so if you could help me get there, that would be absolutely massive. Thank you very much for watching, as I said, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!